Hi Gemini, welcome to your March 2021 monthly messages from Spirit reading. This is your girl Mermaid Scales Tarot. My intentions for this message and for this reading is to provide any information from Spirit for you for the month of March, whether Spirit wants to tap into love and romance, career and finances, spirituality and spiritual evolution. Anything that Spirit wants to bring forward, I will bring forward for you at this time. I welcome any beings of the light to come forward, whether they are angels, ancestors, spirit guides, even passed down loved ones. If you have any in mind that you would like to call forward at this time, I welcome you to do so now. I will be working with the angels specifically through the cards I've selected, but really any being of the light will be welcome. So for these messages, I'll ask if anything you need to be aware of, anything you need to look out for, anything to celebrate. So please just sit back and enjoy. This is not for everyone, okay? And not every single Gemini will resonate with these readings. So if this reading is not for you, I suggest checking out your other signs in different placements. Also, not every single message in this reading may be for you, so please only take what resonates and leave what doesn't for someone who needs to hear that message. This is for anyone with the Sun, Moon, Rising, North Node, and or any other strong placement for the sign of Gemini. Finally, before I get started, I do want to quickly mention and remind everyone of my monthly contest where I give away one free reading to a lucky subscriber. If you're interested in entering for your chance to win for the month of March, open up the description box, scroll down a little bit, and you'll find the rules of entry there. All right, Gemini, let's get started. Oh, geez. One card did not want to move from the table. Interesting. Let's see what that's all about. All right, Gemini, let's get started. What does Gemini need to know for the month of March, Spirit? Ooh, life, purpose. All right, Gemini. So off the bat, whatever you're being called to, guided to, has been in the back of your mind, has always been a part of your life purpose, has always been a part of your divine plan. So it says, the purpose of your life is to serve in a way that brings great joy to yourself and others. Don't worry about finding your purpose. Instead, focus upon serving a purpose, and then your purpose will serve you. Interesting. Some of you may be questioning if you're on the right path. Some of you may be questioning whether what you're doing right now is a part of your divine plan. But let me give you this insight. Does it make you happy? Does it make you feel fulfilled? Are you passionate about it? If the answer is yes, then absolutely, you're on the right path. If the answer is no, you get no fulfillment from this, happiness from it, then you need to change directions. And for those of you where you answered what you're currently doing is no, there's something that you've always wanted to do, but you haven't done, whether you're afraid that you're going to accomplish it, whether you think it's not going to give you a financial payment that you would be happy with. And to that financial worry that some of you may be having around this, I just have to say that even if it doesn't give you the automatic payment when you first start out, if you stick to what you love doing, you will start to see the reciprocation of that. You'll start to see the evidence of that through payments, sure, financially, but also through the payment of your own happiness for the freedom of doing it what you always wanted to do. And ultimately, again, if it is a part of your life path and plan, you will be fulfilled by it financially, spiritually, emotionally, mentally. Now, Rome wasn't built in a day. It may have not taken like a full night for this whole life purpose to finally be fulfilled for you. But Gemini, I just know deep down in your soul, you know this was meant for you. For some of you, it could be a person, if they're a soulmate. And the answer is yes, for those of you, even if it hasn't been fully showing to you everything that you've been wanting to see yet. I do feel there's a significant purpose behind this interaction. Now, soulmates are not always romantic partners. They could also be friends, family members, mentors that come in our life. But this person is in your life for a very important reason, mainly to help you along your life path, which is usually what soulmates are for. Not just to fulfill your happily ever after, but to help you evolve into your higher purpose. But Gemini, even for some of you, there's something with writing that you could be very successful in. But even just writing down your ideas, writing down your inspirations and planning it is going to help you as well. But yeah, you guys, March is going to really show you, Gemini, what is your life purpose, what you are meant to do, what is a part of your destiny, and make you really solidified in that understanding of it. And you're going to get recognition from this. You're going to get, even for some of you, fame for this if you're not already infamous in some way already. Whether that is on a global scale or even a small scale within your community or within your workplace. You have a gift. Some of you just need confirmation of that. You have a gift, you have a talent, and not only are you gifted, but you have this new innovative, progressive outlet that you use to express that gift that is very rare, is not, commonly found. It is one of a kind. And maybe some of you are just scared to fully express that or to go through with it because it is so new, because it is unlike anything else. But know that that's what's going to get you recognition above, doing the same thing that everyone else has been doing. Let's go ahead and pursue further on this. And if there is something you've always wanted to do that has been in your heart, do it. That's what Spirit's giving me the green light to say as well. So let's keep going. What does Gemini need to know about March, Spirit? Intentions. Nice. Intention is the creative power that fulfills our dreams. As your will, so is your destiny. Wow, Gemini. Okay, so this is a powerful card here. Gemini, your intentions are very, very important at this time. I feel a lot of you, your manifestation is very, very much at its peak over a long development of your law of attraction, of using your will to create what you want to see in your 3D. And in this very moment, even what intention you set will be very, very important for what is to come throughout the rest of March. So importantly, Gemini, the choices that you make now in March to, either pursue something, to further engage and invest your time and energy into this, to leave something behind so something better can come forward. The choice you make now will impact the rest of your 2021, and even some of you, the rest of your life. I mean, life purpose. This is something that is always meant to be a part of your path, always meant to be a part of your plan. But Gemini, for some of you, you need to know that you need to meet Spirit halfway. And what I mean by that is that, a lot of people get, I believe, confused by the law of attraction, thinking all you need to do is just wish it and it shall happen. Although that's a good part of it, the other part is setting the intention and acting on it, taking that action to get there, maybe making certain risks, maybe taking certain opportunities. And even should we say there is some sort of failure along the way, all failures are a way of showing us that there's another way. And also, Gemini, to let you know that closed doors sometimes are protection. There's a great story I always have about how I applied to a certain job, and I didn't get the job, right? And I thought that this was my dream come true. I thought that this was everything that I wanted, and I was crushed. And then a few weeks later, I learned how toxic of an environment that was, how horrible some of those people were in that industry, that if I were to have been a part of that, how much it would have just dragged me down and not helped me expand. And some of you are kind of realizing, those closed doors and how much you've struggled with them. But to let you know that for some of you, that just wasn't meant to happen for that specific way. Ultimately, you will receive, guidance, support, and recognition for your life purpose, but maybe it wasn't that specific path that you were supposed to go down in the past. But March, now you're making that path. You're creating those intentions. You're opening your ability to manifest that. And ultimately, what has been a part of your calling, what you have always been drawn to, has always been a part of your plan. It's just how to get there. And that's what you're learning now in this month, Gemini. But more importantly, double confirmation for those of you that keep on going back and forth. Is this the right choice? Was this meant for me? Am I supposed to be going down this path, this calling? Yes, yes, yes. Okay? Wow, this has always been a part of your plan. And the 4 signs appearing here are Sagittarius, Scorpio, Libra, Virgo. You guys could have those signs in your chart, or those signs may mean something to you specifically, energetically. You could be connected to those signs. So let's go ahead and keep going. What does Gemini need to know for the month of March, Spirit? Ooh, okay, take a moment. Nice. So it says stop. Now is the time. Now is not the time to rush into the decision you're about to make. Before this important decision is made, take a moment to pause and quiet your mind so that you can ask your soul for guidance before you act or move forward. Yeah, this is confirming for me. There's a choice that will be made in March, Gemini, that will start to be the catalyst into unfolding certain events in your life. Now, Spirit wants to say, give yourself that time to be fully aware of what it is that you want, what it is that makes your heart sing with joy, that ignites your passions, that makes you want to expand and grow in this. And then sit with yourself knowing, what is it that I don't want? What do I not need in my life? What do I not want to welcome in my life? So when certain opportunities come in that just doesn't feel right for you, for those reasons that you've already decided why it wasn't, what doesn't make you happy, you'll already make the right decision. You'll be better equipped in making those choices. But there's a major choice happening in March, Gemini. I'm seeing the Lover's card in my mind's eye, which is not surprising as this is Gemini, but it's something that you're going to have to, it may be a war in some way between your heart and your mind. But I really must say, whatever is driving your heart is more part of your purpose than whatever your mind is trying to protect you from. And you have a very strong spirit guide around you, a very wise, ancient spirit guide. I don't feel like this is an ancestor or even an angel. And maybe perhaps for some of you, an ascended master. For some of you, even a god or a goddess that has been working with you very strongly. Something of that power, Gemini, is one of your guides. So, you have been selected or chosen for something very important. Some of you need to know. Others of you, if that was just confirmation that you are working with that deity or that master or that god or goddess, then that's the confirmation for you as well. But whatever this thought was, whatever you've been called to, has been sent from this guide. And they have been trying to direct you towards this path for most of your life. But take the moment to gain that clarity, to be very, very clear in what it is you want to manifest and what is part of your life purpose. And again, if some of you are still struggling with, I don't know, what is my life purpose? Just feel the energy within you when you think of something. Does it ignite your solar plexus, your heart chakra? Or does it develop some sort of fear? Because ultimately there's a choice between love and fear in every choice we make. And the choice to move towards what you love, what makes you happy, will always win. Always win. Wow. All right, so let's go ahead and get the tarot out here and see what the tarot has to say. This is big, Gemini, the month of March. Whatever it is that you're choosing to do, choosing to fulfill, choosing to chase, it's going to be, it's going to start to have the domino effect in just being the propeller of everything else to come after that. What does Gemini need to know from March Spirit? 7 of Air. Ooh, yeah, plans that need revision. More going on than meets the eye. Poor timing. So for some of you, this is Aquarius energy, by the way. You could have Aquarius in your chart, perhaps. But what I feel with the 7 of Air, with under the life purpose, yeah, you guys have too much been distracted by either other people's expectations, other people's motives, even some people trying to discourage you from pursuing something just because there is an air of jealousy that they could never achieve it, they could never put the work in, they could never have the belief in themselves. So why would they want to see someone else succeed? If there's someone like that around you, Gemini, cut them, because they are not for your higher good. They are not your cheerleader. Maybe they were there to help you kind of see the value in yourself and what you don't deserve. But other than that, I feel like you should cut them, absolutely. But for those of you, it's not so much a person, it's, I don't know, Gemini, like almost again, your mind protecting you from giving you these logical reasons as to why that could never happen, why you could never succeed, why you could always fail. That has been distracting you from pursuing your life purpose. That has never been a part of your truth. That has never been, proven to you, but it's just that little voice in your head that is part of our ego that we all have within us. But it's been a bit, your ego has been taken too much into consideration in the past that it's no longer helpful. Let's keep going. Sorry, I apologize if you hear my dogs. I hope my husband quiets them down in a second here. But I do appreciate your patience and understanding. So, what else does Gemini need to know for the month of March? The Dreamer. Beautiful. Archangel Metatron is here for you guys. A leap of faith. Follow your dreams. Unexpected opportunities. I don't know what more can even confirm everything I've said. Gemini, the Fool is here, Aquarius energy, Aries energy. It is time to take that leap of faith towards your life purpose, towards everything that you've been wanting to do. But again, some sort of disbelief or some sort of protection has been, keeping you on not the course that you've always been meant to fulfill. And I'm not saying this is an easy thing to do, so please don't take it as like, oh, silly Gemini. Like, no, not a lot of people can step outside of their ego and take that blind leap of faith into something of the unknown. But I just want to say, Gemini, like, you are being watched over, you are being protected, you are being, even if there's people in your life that don't want to see you win, your spirit guides, your angels, your ancestors want to. So with taking this leap of faith and setting that intention by doing it, you will land on the stars. And that is something you need to be aware of completely. So let's keep going. Like, this is a whole new beginning for you, Gemini, should you make this decision to follow through. You'll start to see everything around you change. The energy, but also physically what would change within your life. Some of you even want to move, I'm getting. Make that move. Maybe COVID is making things a bit more difficult, but start planning for that move so when everything does clear up, you're ready to go for it. One more card for my beautiful Geminis. 10 of Air, the end of a difficult situation. Embrace the change and expect things to get better now. Recovering from an addiction. So some of you could have double Gemini in your chart, or a lot of placements of Gemini in your chart. Even a Gemini stellium I'm hearing for some of you. But Gemini, yeah, what has been dealt, what has been done has been done. There's no longer, whatever sort of painful situation that has been always holding you back from pursuing these dreams, from pursuing your highest calling, it can't affect you anymore. The only time it can is if you make that choice to do so, right? But I think you guys are in an understanding now of what it is you've always wanted to do, or at least March, you're going to get that understanding. And certain closed doors, certain failures, they can't keep you down. But, under this take a moment with the 10 of air, Gemini, take a moment to sit with the emotions, sit with the energy of all it is that you've been through. And certain situations that have made you upset, that have hurt you, maybe were, in a way, warning signs or foretellings or some sort of message for you to go on the path that you've always wanted to go on. And with there being 2 air cards, mental activity energy coming through, again, I feel that too many of you have been listening to the logical explanation of things. And I get it. You're a Gemini. I'm an Aquarius moon. I totally understand. But again, the excuses and the reasons for not doing something, for what you believed was the logical point of view, was really just your ego protecting yourself. But with the 7 of earth, seeds well planted, a temporary pause in action, unnecessary worry. Gemini, you've been waiting for this opportunity to come about, and now it is time. The seeds have been planted, they're starting to sprout, and now it's your choice of what it is that you want to do moving forward with this Taurus energy. What is it that you want to do in planting the own seeds in your life, and what do you want to harvest in your life? Without any consideration of what someone else has to say for some of you, without any consideration of what happened in the past for some of you. I feel very strongly the need to say that, Gemini, it is all up to you. And again, like Spirit has been guiding you, Spirit has been sending you the signs, but now it's up to you to make that decision to go through with it, whatever that is for you. But what I can tell you is that whatever's been causing you stress, whatever has been giving you anxiety, whatever has been worrying you, isn't for you. And if some of you, it's worried over the time, worried over, when it is to come, there is no need to worry, because it is yours. It is a part of your plan. It is a part of your life path. So let go of the need to have an answer to the expected outcome, or the need to answer knowing when it is supposed to happen. Just know that it is meant to happen, and that's all you need. Wow. All right, Gemini. So I'm going to pull one final card. And for this, I'm going to have you ask one question, any question you'd like to ask, whether it's about this reading or something outside of this reading. And there's a brief disclaimer that this may not be so upfront. There may be kind of an answer like, what? Instinctually, how does that answer my question? But I invite you to use your intuition, your discernment, to see what that specifically means for you. This is general, right? But let's see. I welcome you now to ask your question. Now we'll see what your answer is. What is the answer to Gemini's question, Spirit? There we go. So a big no, okay? So for some of you, you were asking your question out of fear, out of worry. I just feel that already. And Spirit's trying to redirect you out of that fear, out of that worry here. Some of you, again, it was over time. Is this going to happen now? Is it going to unfold now? The answer is no. But for a backup, I didn't do this for the other signs, but within the next few months. Now, if some of you were asking about, if you were asking a question with the feeling of this isn't going to be for me, this isn't too good to be true, or whatever that is, this is too good to be true, excuse me. Spirit wants you to start stop thinking within that frame. Stop thinking of the worst. The 10 of air needs to happen for you. This reprogramming, this need to just, I don't know, Gemini, there's still some sort of failure that you feel very strongly about, something that hurt your ego, hurt your pride, hurt your belief within yourself, that is still holding you back. And others of you, you're asking about a certain person who hasn't been serving your highest good. Could be the 7 of air energy. And Spirit wants you to know, no, that is not the right path. That is not the person for you. This is not going to come anything from it. But with this life purpose, with your intentions, Gemini, I do believe that there's something that within the next few months is going to start to unfold. But take a moment to make that choice in how you want it to unfold. Take a moment to make that choice in what it is that you want to see for yourself, for the right intentions, for the right reasons, and why you want to see it for it. Anything that isn't within your highest good, anything that isn't within your purest intentions for yourself, perhaps even for some of you, for others in their highest good as well, family members, friends, loved ones, it will always be a different they'll always, be guiding you towards a different path than that. So, Gemini, with this no, again, was there fear behind that question? Was there worry behind that question? Because if there was, and you do feel it's part of your life path, I think the no is more so, let go of the fear, let go of the doubt, let go of what gives you this 10 of air energy. Because if you still hold on to it, then you'll never go down the right path towards your life purpose. But I do feel, especially looking at these golden steps leading to the top, whatever it is that you've been wanting and working for, it will happen within the next few months. But this is a beautiful reading, Gemini. Thank you so much for joining me here for this reading. I hope that it resonated with you in some way. If it did, please let me know. Drop a comment below, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe. I love you, Gemini, very much. And I'll see you next time. Take care, Gemini.